You know, you're talking also, the clip in the film. A lot of people sometimes talk about the differences in two communities, in the north. One of the things that you guys talk about is the stuff that people have in common, intergenerational trauma, social issues.
Coronation Street.
Coronation Street, yeah. Is that important for you?
I just think we get painted because people like to be outraged, especially in the north. Sure, you know better than anyone. People like to be outraged by things in the north, and I feel like if you look into any interview we've done, we always talk about that. Again, we've more in common with working class people in Belfast, whatever side of the divide, than rich people in Dublin, even though that we have the same passport. So it's I think people want to be outraged without actually looking into the facts, and I think a workers' revolution is the way forward rather than one based on a fucking God that might not even exist.
We're at a time now where people can do these things peacefully and you don't have to revert to the sectarian. This was just something that was created, you know what I mean? It wasn't always like that. And people in Belfast back in the 20s and stuff used to live in the same streets and they played with each other, and then this kind of whole rhetoric that it's them against us just started and just created mayhem, really. So we're trying to bring us together instead of dividing.
Even though fucking age of them.
Exactly. And we were down at Sandy Row one day, and there was, on the 12th of July.
I was going to ask you about this, you made it down to Sandy Row.
I was standing there with Patter, one of our managers, and he was getting some shots, and there was a group of young lads drinking Buckfast behind me, and they started singing Kielty. I was thinking...
Which is one of your songs?
Which is one of our songs, and I was like, jeez, if they're going to beat the bollocks off me, they wouldn't be singing the chorus. So I turned around.
It's a terrible way to be beat up, though, innit?
Yeah, it would have been awful. That's what I thought. But we had a chat, and they loved it, and they loved the crack, and there was no animosity there, and they enjoyed how much of an open book we are, and there was a lot of laughter and a lot of crack.
You talked about bringing people together. Is that ultimately the mission for Kneecap?
It's a tough one.
I wish you had sent us this question before we come on now.
I wish I had been sent some of your answers.
I think most of all, we want to make the Irish language, appeal to the younger people, especially up north, the people on both sides of the community, that it's their language, our language, everyone's language, doesn't matter where you're from. You have the crack with it, you don't have to be so serious about it. Have a bit of crack, have a bit of fun. Sinead.